Good afternoon, passengers. This is the pre-boarding announcement for flight.
We're for takeoff.
Santa's bringing a very special gift to Maharashtra and the people of MMR this Christmas because the Navi Mumbai International Airport will open its doors for passengers. This has been the need of the hour in a place which is so congested. And now you're going to have this swanky airport. You've seen the sneak peek here. And with me to speak about it is Jeet Adani, Director of Adani Airports. Jeet, thank you so much for your time.
Of course.
This place looks fabulous.
Yeah, it's turned out quite nice.
And it's been a labor of love, isn't it? Because you're thinking of bringing in an airport not just as another service for passengers, but also as an experience.
Of course. So that's the whole idea behind Navi Mumbai, that we've really thought through the design, the elements that have gone in, everything from the point of view of experience. There's things that you haven't seen today in the sneak peek, but a lot of the passengers you will see, where you can just spend at least 2 to 3 hours just going and staring into things. And every single thing, from the food to the art to the hospitality, the staff training to the retail, everything has been so carefully curated, keeping in mind our passengers. And although one thing I'll tell you, it's not keeping in mind only our richest passengers, it's also keeping in mind our entire passenger set. People who are actually flying for the first time.
Yeah.
People who, are working professional. People, of course, the 1%, but also the bottom 50%.
No, so talk to me a little more about that, because this ties in beautifully with the concept of Udan.
Exactly.
Right? Which is,
yes,
Hawai Chappal bhi Hawai Jahaz mein, which is where that concept started from. How do you build that into design elements of something which is a huge infrastructural service?
So I would say a couple of things. One is, and I'll show you on the screen, that if you see a small thing, people who are flying for the first time, there's a good chance that some of them might not even know Hindi if they're coming from, Mumbai is such a big city.
Yeah.
So anywhere they're coming from or they're going to, depending on the location, the languages change. Yeah, it's the first, I don't think it's done anywhere else in India, where if someone is going to Kolkata from Mumbai, Kolkata of course is written in English, but then it's written below in Bengali. If you're going to Gujarat, Ahmedabad, it will be written in Gujarati underneath it. So that gives that sort of, a very small thing I'm saying, but it tells us a lot about the mindset.
No, so come to that point again, which you made. I thought that was very interesting, where you said that the person will see the name of the place they're going in the language where they're going to.
Of course, yeah. So it's a small insight into the mindset that's gone in. But even if we look at the overall commercial offering, and this came to me actually when I was in Mumbai airport at the food court. Food court is a place where you normally go to get an affordable bite to eat, right? But you go there and there's a vada pav there for 430 rupees. Or it could have been 530, I don't remember. Come, let's go on a ride and
continue this conversation.
Absolutely. So we went to the food court and I was appalled to see that, boss, how can the vada pav be here for 430 rupees? I buy it outside for 40 rupees. And so that's when we actually started developing the retail strategy for here. We've cut all the middlemen and directly gone down to the chef and being able to price not at 40 rupees of a lari wala, but at least at a decent enough price of 80-100 rupees, where people don't feel like they're being gouged.
How do you manage that? And then in that case, if you can actually do that, and this is, I think, going to be a general interest, public interest question, why should airport food be so expensive?
It shouldn't.
You're showing that it can be
of course,
cheaper.
It shouldn't be. I think it has to do with a lot to do with how the commercial structure put in place is at a lot of places. But at the same point, I would also say there should be food which is expensive, but that is to cater to a certain kind of traveler. The majority of travelers who are flying don't have the ability to afford that food, and we're letting them go unserved. And that's the opportunity we're trying to tap in this place. So if you see here, you'll see Wagamama over there, which, might be at a price point of 1,000, 1,500 rupees for a meal of two. Yeah, a lot of people, that's like the perfect, sweet spot for the middle class population.
Yeah.
But then there's also the food street, which is going to be, on average, you can get a meal for two people for 200 to max 300 rupees, which is good for the general population in place. And then you can go upstairs to the Michelin star restaurant, which is very expensive, but people going there don't care about price, they care about the place they are.
Yeah.
So we are here to serve the entire consumer cohort.
So one is, of course, the experience when you come here. So if you have a delayed flight, you're not going to mind it too much. You have a lot of things to do, and that's important as well. The other is accessibility, and what this airport has done is it's just lifted the infrastructural profile of the whole area. I think that's something people don't realize.
100%.
That large infrastructural projects have that ripple effect, isn't it?
Absolutely. And look, it's like a necessary part for us, to make this successful. And show you a couple of things downstairs as well.
Yeah.
Look, for us to make this airport successful, we had to deal with the biggest issue of, what's going to be the drag factor. What's going to make people not want to come here? Is going to be the inconvenience of the travel. Is going to be, that people are used to a Mumbai airport in the middle of the city, and now they have to travel out to go to the new airport.
Which is the norm, by the way, in some of the largest cities in the world.
Absolutely. So we tried to target that by planning along with the government to make sure that of all modes of transportation, be it road, rail, suburban, metro, water, vertical takeoff, eVTOLs, high-speed rail, everything sort of interfaces with the airport on this side. So, we are very well looking at 10 years down the line. This is probably one of the most well-connected places in India because every form of transportation interfaces through this.
Including water taxis.
Including water taxis.
I thought that was a novel idea. Can you explain in a little detail how that's going to pan out? What would be the experience of someone coming in or out of this airport once all of this linkage takes place?
So once everything is in, you're very well looking at someone who's collecting their bag, getting onto one of our monorails within the site, which will come up, getting onto the monorail and going to the water taxi station, taking a water taxi, going down to Radio City, near Gateway of India, and going to home using a cab or further on metro.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, okay, now let's come to the strategic importance of the Navi Mumbai International Airport from the point of view of the needs of this city and the surrounding areas. Because you have fairly ambitious targets, like you 20 million passengers in the first year, and then of course you scale up to 90 million. How are you going to make that happen? What's the plan there?
So I would say 20 million passengers is something that we are targeting next year.
Yeah.
Because Mumbai's latent demand is anyways very, very high. Is a demand which has been not unserved since 2016 when it hit its peak. And so we don't foresee in the first phase there to be any challenge. Now, given the GDP growth of the MMR region, the kind of opportunities coming in, we look about GCCs opening up all the time. We're talking about aviation ecosystem growing here, service sector growing here. So I'm very confident that the overall traffic growth is going to keep trending at the mid-teens year on year, as it has. And that means we'll be 15 years down the line, we'll be needing a third airport because this one will be full.
Wow, and that's the pace at which things are moving.
Yeah.
Are the airlines also ready? Because the whole infrastructure has to come in place. You need enough aircrafts.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest challenge. How do we, the supply side of, I think the airlines are willing and they've demonstrated their commitment to keep buying more planes. But we are always stuck with the issue of supply chain.
Yeah.
And that's for us to see how it solves itself.
For the first phase, I think all of the major airlines have signed up. If you're speaking right now to travelers from around the region, what is that one-line or two-line pitch of why they should select Navi Mumbai International Airport? Apart from, wherever they are and the distance to where they are, that would be one factor, price tickets would be another. But what is going to be the differential here?
I would say, if I have to say it in one line, say come experience New India. When you see every single thing, from the art, from the experience, to the materials, to the design, to the retail, everything talks about, is connected to India somehow, but it talks about it with full youthful modernity. And that's what this airport represents.
This is clearly a labor of love, Jeet.
Yeah, no, it's been 4 years in the making.
Yeah, how many people, how many man hours on putting this together and making sure it's not just another, cookie cutter airport?
Yeah, no, it is 25,000 people at its peak. 4 years. 4 years. Once it starts, 5,000 people in the first phase will be working here day in, day out. Probably another couple of thousand indirectly. So it's going to be a buzzing hub of economic activity.
Yeah, and what has it also done for the surrounding areas? I mean, part of the airport development is also Cityside, real estate development, and how the airport lends itself to further development. What are the plans there? What's the outlook there?
So the whole idea behind Cityside development is that leverage the connectivity of the airport, leverage the place of the airport in the city's ecosystem, and double down on that. So in Navi Mumbai itself, what we are planning, there's 240 acres of developable land, of which the first phase we're doing immediately, which is already under construction. In the end state, you're looking at anywhere from 15 to 20 hotels, multiple million square feet of office spaces, GCCs, that kind of stuff. A massive retail mall, which will actually, we're targeting to get it as the first outlet mall in India.
Oh.
So people have seen outlet malls in London and Milan and US.
I'm excited about this.
Exactly. So we're trying to get to set that up. Again, differentiating itself. Then entertainment is also going to be a big part of the ecosystem. So we're planning for a 25,000 seater arena, integrated with the retail and hotels.
Okay.
To serve the needs for the live entertainment economy, the gig economy that's coming up.
So, and which is because there's one stadium which is in
this entire region,
entire region, and is always packed.
But you think about it, if you had to go to DY Patil Stadium, the connectivity isn't as good.
No, it isn't.
When you have the connectivity of the airport, where you can take a water taxi and a monorail to go to watch some big band coming to perform, or take the metro directly in, directly out. I think that kind of connectivity nowhere else will be there.
What has been your own inspiration for some of these thoughts, Jeet? I mean, obviously you're well-traveled, you've seen the world, you want to bring some of that here.
Yeah.
What has been the whole thought process that you went through when this project first started and you got involved in this?
I mean, look, we spend a lot of time looking at a lot of airports, Zurich, Schiphol, Changi, Dubai, Doha, Abu Dhabi, Dallas. And I wouldn't say there was any one airport which I would attribute this to, because this is sort of taken little bits from all of them. Of course, airports are also very situational, so they're developed and designed for their own, the way their system works.
Yeah, and at that phase of where
that economy is. But yes, we've tried to take the most of it. We took a lot from, Changi into think through how experiences can be curated. Changi's done a fantastic job with, the jewel and the forest and all of those things.
Yeah.
Even Abu Dhabi now, Doha has now done it with the forest. How we, position retail not just as a storefront, but as an experience again. That you don't want to just do sales, you want to give experiences. Because there's a lot of research that when you give a good experiential retail, your values of purchase increases. Because people feel they're happy if you're going to, let's say, a cosmetic store or something. If I've tried on a nice hand wash, I'd be more likely to buy it than not.
Correct.
So that's those kind of things, make it more interactive. And again, like I said, the technology backend also, we looked at a lot from Schiphol in Zurich.
Okay.
And that's been one of our collaborations that we did,
Oh, fantastic. So, like some airports have a big draw, and you spoke about some international airports. For them, sometimes duty-free is the big draw, or it,
of course,
it used to be on the retail experience. It's also become a lot about, if you're spending time at the airport, then there should be affordable things that you can do. How much of that has built in? And take us through some of those concepts and ideas that will come in.
No, one thing which we are innovating, which I doubt anyone else has done. Small bits and pieces. A couple of other places have accomplished this. Is creating a very strong experiential zone. So there's a zone which is still boxed up. It's dedicated to showcase 3 experiences, which we will also be, offering to companies to brand it.
Okay.
And those experiences, and I've seen those experiences. It's mind-boggling. Like I don't want to say too much and reveal too much, but
I'm guessing that there is a bit of a reveal here. At least give us some sense.
Absolutely.
When you say experiences, like what?
So one of the experiences literally takes you back into time and to experience the forts of Maharashtra, how they would have been 200 years back or 300 years back. And just to see the ecology and the quality and the detailing. And a lot of AI has obviously gone in doing this, but the kind of quality and detailing that's there, and the immersion that you feel in the entire thing is unreal. And there's one glimpse I'll give you, but there's a couple of more also. I think that's something quite unique that no one else has done. When I talk about commercial and food and lounges, with lounges, the biggest challenge the whole lounge industry is going through is that because of the increase in card usage, there's no differentiation for passengers.
Yeah.
You would be a business class customer sitting in a lounge where all card people have come in and you don't have an experience. So we're actually differentiating lounges across the airport by silver, gold and purple categories, and that's where we were trying to have separate access controls. So for people in business, go to gold, people in first go to purple, people in just using a free card to come in, you get the basic services, very nice place to sit, chill, get good Wi-Fi, watch a movie, whatever. But that's the basic amount. If you go to a purple, you can get a cocktail, you can get a Michelin star meal, you can get like there's no buffet, everything is restaurant style.
A la carte and so.
So create differentiating based on experience and pricing.
What do you think is going to be the growth potential as well of this business and of the Navi Mumbai Airport in terms of, actually contributing to revenues coming in? How big do you see this growing?
So, if I give you an overview of the airport business as a whole, airport business will see one step of growth in the next year once Navi Mumbai comes in. And then again, it will see some gradual growth over the next 4 or 5 years until 29-30. And then again, a massive step in 29-30. For a couple of reasons, because the next step right now is only Navi Mumbai coming in. I'm saying only, it's a big size, but it's 20% increase of traffic. Immediately. From the 25th. We're at 100 million, approximately 100 million passenger base. This is 20 million, so 120 million straight 20% increase. But the bigger step is because Navi Mumbai phase 2, then the next phase of Navi Mumbai will be open in 2030. Ahmedabad's new terminal will be open in 2030 for the Commonwealth. Jaipur's new terminal will be open. Lucknow's expansion will be done. Guwahati is opening now. And Trivandrum's new terminal will be open. And all of the 15 million square feet of Cityside development we're doing, everything will be will be commissioned and leased out. So an entire massive portion of our business is going to come online in 29-30, and that will be high, upwards of 20-30% of revenue jump at that time.
Wow. So in 2030, what is the picture looking like in terms of total number of passengers and Cityside development?
Total number of passengers should be at 200 million in 2030.
Wow.
From doubling what there is today. And in terms on revenue would be too much of a forward guidance, but I would say at least in terms of passengers, operationally it would be double the size of what it is today.
Wow. When you look at the airport business and what your learnings have been, and I think the last 4-5 years has been specifically interesting because of the FOMO travel.
Yeah, of course.
Things just changed. And then you have the regional airlines coming in. So how do you see that picture as an evolving landscape?
Look, I think travel as a landscape fundamentally has changed. After COVID, the way people travel, the reason people travel has changed, both for good and bad. Good because leisure travel, the importance people give to taking holidays is increased. At the same time, work travel has decreased because you're Zoom now. Still, I don't fully believe you can do away with it. But
Do away with Zoom or do away with in-person?
physical travel.
No, I think in real life experiences are back. I mean, look at what's happening with the gig
100%.
economy. People are traveling for weddings, concerts, everything.
Exactly. So there's a massive boom in this industry, and I wouldn't say it's a one-time thing. It's now structurally the industry's changed. Now it's poised for growth, but like we were talking about, the only thing is airlines and planes.
Do you see with more regional connectivity coming in, this paradigm also shifting? I mean, there was a time when air travel was a very luxurious experience, right?
Yeah, of course.
Everyone could do it. I'm not saying everyone in India can still do it, but that pie is widening rapidly.
No, 100%. And regional travel is going to be important. I mean, you look at just what happens in China and what happens in the US. You know, the regional routes, so-called regional routes, start with the smaller planes, keep upgrading to bigger. I mean, I've seen some routes which are to regional cities, you know, small towns if you compare it to India.
Yeah.
And they'll have like a wide-body plane going between them and completely full. So I think it's just about developing the entire routes and developing the ecosystem. So definitely, I'm a big believer of connecting regional cities and regional to metros also.
Okay, just one last point before I let you go. We've spoken so much about how this airport is high-end and going to serve new kind of experiences. How much of AI or technological integration have we seen in it?
Oh, a lot. So this airport, we developed ground zero of, like the entire backbone of the airport was developed keeping in mind our Avio stack. So Avios are enterprise stack for airport systems. And what we've been able to do is merge Adani One and Avio on the back end. So the way customer transparency is, I won't get anything better than this, because what the customer sees is what the operator sees in the same time, in the same accuracy. What building this up grounds up has allowed us to do is bring in. I wouldn't say AI is as pervasive today as it can be. There's a lot that we can still do, but it's still experimental. It's not something that's off the shelf and can be deployed in a critical environment like this. So we're working on a couple of things which can automate workflows. But there's been a lot that's been done on base technology, because I feel airports are also behind on that. Forget forward-looking technology, but even base things like data management, transparency. How can you open? Just do smart tracking. It's information. People love information, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm able to know everything about where my bag is, where my flight is, everything, I'm happy now.
Yeah, I always wonder in those flights, why do people just watch the picture of the plane going where it is?
Exactly. Because people love information. Yeah.
Well, fantastic, Jeet. Thank you so much for your time and in explaining what a wonder the Navi Mumbai International Airport is going to be. All I can say is it's for you to come and experience it. Thank you.
Thank you.